There are three types of men. You have seen all three. You have been all three at different points in your life. And the difference between them is not intelligence, not opportunity, not circumstance. The difference is how they respond to the inevitable fact that life will not give them what they want just because they want it. The weak man complains. The strong man adapts. The dangerous man creates. And only one of these men actually has power. Let me show you what each one looks like, so you can identify which one you are right now, because most men lie to themselves about this. They think they are in the third category when they are actually stuck in the second. And the second category, for all its functionality, is still a prison. The weak man wakes up, and the first thing he does is identify what is wrong. The system is rigged. The economy is broken. His boss doesn't appreciate him. His girlfriend doesn't understand him. The government is corrupt. Society is unfair. Other people have advantages he doesn't have. He has been dealt a bad hand, and he wants you to know it. He wants everyone to know it. Because if everyone knows how hard his circumstances are, then maybe they will understand why he hasn't accomplished anything. Maybe they will give him credit for surviving instead of expecting him to thrive. He spends more energy explaining why things are impossible than he has ever spent attempting them. He is the man with the list. The comprehensive, detailed, constantly updated list of reasons why success is not his fault to achieve. And the list is convincing. The obstacles are real. The unfairness is real. The difficulty is real. But none of it matters, because while he is cataloging his disadvantages, someone else with the same disadvantages is moving. And that movement, however small, is the only thing that separates the man who escapes from the man who explains. Machiavelli could have been this man. He had every reason to be exiled from Florence, the city he served for 14 years, tortured under suspicion of conspiracy, stripped of his position, his income, his relevance, sent to a small farm with no political future, no allies, no path back to power. If there was ever a man with a legitimate claim to victimhood, it was him. He could have spent his remaining years explaining to anyone who would listen how unfair it all was, how he had been wronged, how the people who dismissed him were fools who didn't recognize his value. But he didn't, because complaining would not have changed anything, and Machiavelli was not interested in activities that changed nothing. The strong man is different. He doesn't complain because he understands that complaining is a waste of time. He sees the obstacle, and he finds a way over it, under it. He is solution-oriented, pragmatic, disciplined. He doesn't ask why the system is the way it is. He learns the system and he navigates it better than the people around him. He is the man who gets promoted, who closes the deal, who solves the problem everyone else said was unsolvable. He is functional in a way the complainer will never be, and most people stop here. Most people think this is the goal, to be strong, to be capable, to be the man who adapts and overcomes. But here is what they are missing. The strong man is still playing a game someone else designed. He is still inside a system someone else built. He has learned to navigate the maze exceptionally well, but he is still in the maze. And no matter how good he gets at navigating it, he will never be the one who decides where the walls go. This is the trap of strength. It feels like power because it is better than weakness, and it is, unquestionably. The strong man is more successful, more respected, more capable than the weak man. But he is not free. He is optimized for survival within a structure he did not choose. And optimization within the wrong structure is still limitation. The dangerous man does not navigate the maze. He builds new paths. He does not adapt to the system. He creates systems. He does not accept the rules of the game. He writes new rules, or he plays a different game entirely, a game where the rules favor what he is building rather than what already exists. Machiavelli in exile became this man. He did not sit in his farmhouse trying to figure out how to get back into the political system that had rejected him. He did not spend his energy adapting to his circumstances, making the best of a bad situation, finding ways to be useful to the new regime. He did something nobody expected. He wrote, and not just any writing. He wrote a book that redefined how power is understood. He created an intellectual framework that kings and presidents and generals would study for centuries. He didn't adapt to the political reality of Florence in 1513. He created a text that transcended it. That is the difference. The adapter works within the constraints. The creator changes the constraints. The adapter solves the problem in front of him. The creator decides which problems are worth solving. The adapter plays the hand he is dealt. The creator builds a different game. Now let me show you how this plays out in your actual life right now. Because this is not abstract philosophy. This is the structure of every choice you make. You are in a job that undervalues you. The weak man complains about it. He tells everyone who will listen that his boss is an idiot, that the company doesn't appreciate talent, that he deserves better, and he stays. Because complaining is easier than leaving, and leaving is easier than building. The strong man adapts. He learns the skills the market values. He positions himself for the next opportunity. He networks. He performs. He gets the promotion, or he moves to a better company. He is playing the career game well, but he is still playing the career game. He is still trading time for money in a system where someone else sets the terms. The dangerous man creates. He builds a business. He develops a skill so valuable that he sets his own terms. He constructs a life where his income is not contingent on someone else's approval of his value. He is not trying to get promoted within the existing structure. He is building a new structure where promotion is irrelevant because he owns the thing. You are in a relationship that is not working. The weak man complains. She doesn't understand him. She doesn't appreciate him. She is the problem, and he stays, because leaving would require him to confront the possibility that he might be alone. And alone is scarier than unhappy. The strong man adapts. He communicates better. He reads the books. He goes to therapy. He becomes a better partner. And sometimes this works. Sometimes the relationship improves. But often he is just becoming better at managing a fundamentally incompatible dynamic. He is adapting to dysfunction rather than choosing differently. The dangerous man creates. He builds a life so full, so aligned with who he actually is, that the wrong relationships become obviously wrong. He doesn't stay in situations that require him to be less than he is. He doesn't adapt himself to fit someone else's limitations. He creates standards, and he enforces them. And the enforcement is not mean. It is just clarity. This is who I am. This is what I am building. You are either aligned with that, or you are not. And if you are not, I wish you well, but I am not negotiating my direction to accommodate your resistance to it. This is the shift from complaint to adaptation to creation. And most men get stuck at adaptation because adaptation feels like success. And it is success, relative to complaint. But it is not freedom. And freedom is the only thing worth optimizing for. Here is the test. Ask yourself, am I solving problems or am I creating solutions? There is a difference. Solving problems means you are reacting to what already exists. Creating solutions means you are building something new that makes the old problems irrelevant. The man who figures out how to be productive in a system designed to waste his time is solving a problem. The man who builds a business that doesn't waste his time is creating a solution. The man who learns to tolerate a toxic environment is solving a problem. The man who leaves and builds a better environment is creating a solution. The man who adapts his personality to fit social expectations is solving a problem. The man who builds a life where his authentic personality is the standard is creating a solution. Creation is harder than adaptation. Unquestionably, adaptation has a map. Someone else has done it before. There are rules. There are best practices. You can study what works and replicate it. Creation has no map. You are the map. You are figuring it out as you go. And most of what you try will fail, and the failure will hurt. And for a long time, maybe years, you will look less successful than the people who adapted well to the existing systems. But here is what happens if you persist. The thing you create, if it is real, if it is valuable, if it is yours, that thing becomes a system other people have to navigate. You go from being inside someone else's structure to being the structure, and that inversion, that shift from navigator to architect, is the only shift that actually matters. Machiavelli died in relative obscurity. His book was banned by the church. He never saw the full impact of what he created. But 500 years later, every serious student of power reads The Prince, and the princes he served, the ones who were so much more powerful than him when he was alive, forgotten completely. History remembers the creator. History forgets the adapter. Which man are you right now? Be honest. Not aspirational. Honest. Are you complaining? Are you adapting? Or are you creating? If you are complaining, stop. Immediately. Complaining is not analysis. It is not insight. It is not productive anger. It is the sound of a man who has decided that his circumstances are more powerful than his agency. And that decision, that surrender, is the only thing that makes it true. If you are adapting, recognize what you are doing. You are surviving. You are functional. You are better than most. But you are not free, and if freedom matters to you, if sovereignty matters to you, then adaptation is not the destination. It is the middle stage, and you need to move through it toward something else. If you are creating, keep going. It will hurt. It will take longer than you think. People will not understand what you are building until it is finished, and some people will never understand. But the cost of creating is still lower than the cost of spending your entire life playing games you didn't design. Stop complaining. Stop adapting. Start creating. Not because creation guarantees success, but because it guarantees that the life you live is yours, and a life that is yours, even if it fails, is worth more than a successful life that belongs to someone else's vision of what you should be. Subscribe to Mindplicit for men who refuse to navigate mazes they didn't build.